What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Bet Show. We got a great Thursday night football game for once. I'm going to wait a little bit just to stall this intro until more people get in here since we finally posted. That's how these live shows just work. Appreciate all you guys coming in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's a beautiful Thursday, Austin. We got a special guest, J-Far Too Nice. I'll start with Austin. How you feeling, brother?
Dude, once again, it's a primetime Thursday night football game. We killed Monday. We all did great on Monday, so super excited about that. But these videos have been printed, man. It's been a lot of fun. I'm excited to have J-Far on, and I'm excited to crush it, man. J-Far, how you doing?
Hey, feeling good, man. Listen, we have a Thursday night football game that has a chance to not be awful. Like, I'm just praying. It's a -3 spread. It's two top teams. Let's just get a good game going. I'm feeling good about some plays. I know y'all are too. So, yeah, let's do it.
I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm just excited. It's not like a Bears-Commanders game, which that game was actually high scoring that when they played. But either way, Ravens-Bengals divisional game, a must-win for the Bengals. Let's talk the overall scope of the game in general. Ravens 7-3, winning the AFC North right now. Steelers and Browns at 6-3, and the Bengals in last, technically at 5-4. Everyone knew this division would be tough going into the season. With the Deshaun Watson news, are we expecting the Browns to go down? How big of a must-win game is this for the Bengals?
I honestly think it's the biggest game of the season for them right now so far. Like 5-4, you really need to get over the hump. You can't really go back down to 5-5. I think the Browns are going to take a step back, honestly. They've kind of been playing without Watson for most of the season, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like who really knows what to expect. But yeah, I think this game's super important in terms of like their season, especially moving forward.
Yeah, totally agree. And Burrow is coming into this now, like finally gaining momentum. He started the year on that bad calf. He didn't look great. Now it's like a few games in a row where he's really slinging the rock, looking good. If Bengals can keep this momentum and get a marquee win against a top team in their division, the Steelers and Browns, I mean, like you said, the Browns losing to Sean, they probably have room to go down. The Steelers can't keep finding a way to win these random games, probably either. So they could go down. You know, you got to take this and gain some momentum.
No, I agree. I think people are giving the Bengals too much negative talk, I guess, with the Burrow injury. Like, we knew he hurt his calf. We knew he was limited, and they struggled to start the season, and it looked like they were struggling offensively. But this defense is very good. Not as good as the Ravens defense, which I think is surprising people. You look at DVOA numbers, the Ravens are, top 5 in offense and defense. But this Bengals team, I feel like as of late, they're forcing turnovers. They're applying a little bit of pressure. And I think this game, I know it's Thursday, short week, whatever, but we know these teams have been, circling this game on the calendar, even though the Bengals are, in last place technically. Where do you think this game is going on a spread of, I think, 3.5 now? I see some money coming in on the Bengals, over under a 46. Do you think this is a close, low-scoring game, or do you see this game kind of being a shootout? Austin, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be close. I'm still deciding on what I lean. However, I honestly am leaning Bengals plus 3.5 here tonight. I think this Ravens team is going to want to control the clock. They're very similar to Philly, where they run the ball efficiently. They want to move the ball downfield and control tempo, control pace. And I just think if the Bengals can buy out and stop that and force Lamar to have to pass a little bit, I think they're going to have a good look. I like what I'm seeing from Burrow more now. Like, he's just getting healthier, Like, people were overreacting, saying he's not the same guy. He's still Joe Burrow. So I lean the plus 3.5 right now. I'm not making it an official play yet. I'm still buying in, trying to figure that out. But I think that's kind of what I'm seeing with it right now.
Yeah, and definitely think it's going to be close. That's all I can really say. I'm leaning towards a bit more scoring in this one as well, just off the fact of these two quarterbacks coming in the game in great form. Lamar as an actual MVP candidate, and now Burrow resurging, looking like his old self. There's a lot of avenues here to where we can see some points in this game. Again, it is a Thursday, so I'm gonna knock on wood a bit, but I think we can see a little bit of offense here.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with Ravens props. I've been eyeing this one. I have not posted a play yet, but I've been figuring out what I like. I'm just going to talk about it. I'm definitely leaning something with Lamar rush attempts. I know he's at 8.5, which is a very high number, obviously, but the usage of Gus Edwards is not there. I know they're kind of using a bigger committee, But I just think this rush attempts with how the Bengals have been playing defensively, Lamar is going to have to use his legs if they want to win. This Bengals defense, I'm a little higher on, I think, than most people, but they force a lot of turnovers. They do intercept the ball a lot, which is great, especially if Lamar can get kind of flustered early. And looking back to 2021, since the games he's played against the Bengals, I mean, 12 attempts, and 11 attempts in the last 4 times he's played them. And if they're winning, which is going to be close, I'm not saying they're going to win, but you do have the kneel potential at the end of the game for rush attempts, which do count. So I want to know your thoughts on Lamar Jackson, either rush yards or rush attempts, and which one you'd rather choose.
I'd probably lean the attempts as well. Just like you said, I like having that insurance at the end of the game, and I think it stays close. I'd also, I mean, if you get the negative game script, if Bengals go ahead, you still have the upside with Lamar dropping back and running, which probably would be more involved too. So I think there's a lot of ways this one goes over. You could go rush yards if you think he's going to break a big one, but I just think it's safer with the attempts personally.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it's Lamar. Lamar can easily break a big run. We all know that. But there's just so many avenues to where you can rack up rushing attempts with Lamar. Even if they're not winning and you don't get the knees, they could be a down and hurry up offense. And very frequently in hurry up offenses, the quarterback's taking like 3, 4, 5 yards rushing just because the defense is in like max prevent. They're just taking the yards they can get and keeping it moving.
Exactly.
Right? So there's a lot of ways you can get there. And I like that play a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up pulling the trigger later on. Let's talk with Jay Farr, your special guest on the show. Give us a play that you love today and give us the reason why.
Yeah, so let's get it started. I'm gonna go straight for Tyler Boyd receptions. I like Tyler Boyd everything tonight, to be honest. No T. Higgins. Tyler Boyd has done great in that role with T. Higgins sitting. 4.5 receptions at plus 110 on Caesars seems like too good. He's covered that so many times in this situation. I think, again, Burrow is looking healthy. He's looking good. There's going to be attempts thrown in this game from Burrow. Boyd can be a very easy recipient of that. He's had 100 plus a lot in these scenarios, so feel free to ladder it as well. You have some pretty good odds. Yeah, I think it's there.
I totally agree. I also think if you're playing on DFS, you can grab it at 4.0 still. I got it at underdog earlier this morning. So I think that's a really solid spot. At 4.0, you get the push potential as well. But yeah, a ton of ways this one goes over. And we've seen success with Higgins out. So can't really overthink it there. I like this spot a lot.
For sure.
I do too. I think the Ravens, they're usually susceptible to a lot of wide receiver yards, has been the kind of forte the last couple of years. I know the defense is better, but also technically game script as well if they're down late. Boyd is going to be a go-to guy, especially if Chase is taking a lot of the defensive pressure and a lot more eyes defensively. This has been a play I've seen come up. I'm going to bring up the comment. I think it's, what's his name, Tanner Hudson on the Bengals?
Yeah, Tanner Hudson.
People like his prop today. I think it's the same angle as the Boyd. Like, he's got to throw to somebody, and he's been kind of randomly coming up and getting targeted. Are you buying him, or are you selling on Tanner Hudson?
Me personally right now, I can't play that prop yet. I got to see a little bit more. You know what I mean? I get it. I understand it. But for me, I'd rather play something a little more, I guess you'd say safe, but I haven't seen enough from Tanner Hudson personally to feel confident in playing that as like one of my official plays.
Yeah, I would say I definitely don't hate it. I might go to like a Irwin before a Hudson, maybe. Right. But it's very close. Again, like I said, I think Burrow airs it out because it's just a great time for Burrow to say, "Hey, I'm back." So right. I think Burrow has attempts to go around, so you can get there.
And we've seen him in the first half where they run it 4 times to Mixon and throw it 26 times. You know what I mean? And that wouldn't surprise us at all. That would be great for us. We would love that. So
we definitely love that.
Yeah. So hopefully that's the script we get today.
Yeah, I do know that everyone's going to play this, and I'm probably going to hop on board. It's Mark Andrews, either receiving yards or receptions. I'm seeing a lot of mixed odds on different books. Like Caesars has over 4.5 for -151. FanDuel has -125. And there's a lot of different books with laying a lot of different juices on that prop. The Bengals, I believe, are a huge target against tight ends. And Lamar loves to throw to Mark Andrews. I mean, we know that, the Odell stuff was, fogging up all the rumors and all the news articles. And we know Flowers is there. But I think in these big games, like the old trusty steed is Mark Andrews for Lamar Jackson. So are you playing Mark Andrews today by any means, either of you?
Personally, I might actually, now that just looking at it, the last 3 games, Kittle 149 yards, 11 grabs, Dalton Kincaid 81 yards, 11 targets, 10 grabs, and then Dalton Schultz 71 yards, 4 receptions, 6 grabs. So I mean, the last 3 weeks have certainly been consistent. I still got to look more into it, but I can't knock anyone for playing Andrews today.
Yeah, no, I'm with it too. I didn't play him straight up. I put him in my underdog play as a stack of Lamar. I think that Lamar can go over his passing yards in this game for sure, and I think Andrews would be the one to help him get there. So Bengals letting it up crazy to tight end, as you guys just said. I think it's there for sure.
Would you rather play his yards or receptions? I'm really struggling with this. I like his longest reception is in the 20s at 20 to 22 and a half. So if they think he's getting 120-yard catch, he technically need 4 catches for about 30-ish yards. Not saying he's going to get his longest reception, but that's what the books have him at. And I don't want to get burned on like a 5-6 catch for like 40 yards and just like a safe like 3rd and 4, just feed Mark Andrews across the middle or wherever he is. I need help. I'm playing Mark Andrews in some capacity, and I don't know whether it's receptions, longest reception, or receiving yards. It's probably not going to be longest reception, but I think it's going to be receptions. I think I'd just rather him catch the ball and not worry about it. Where are your thoughts on the yards versus receptions?
What price are you getting at 4.5 receptions?
Minus 125.
25. I will say, just looking at the last 5 weeks, 6, 6, 5, 10, and 4 targets. So the targets are a little bit down. Obviously, they've been up a ton where they just run it out in the second half. So that's something to take into consideration. And like we said, we don't really expect this game to get ugly where that should happen. So I can't knock it. I lean yards. Typically, I tend to play more yards props than I do receptions, but I like both today.
Yeah, this one's weird to me because for some reason Mark Andrews has had like a really low ADOT this whole year. I don't know why. Usually it's a lot higher than this. So receptions to me like seems good, but also I'm kind of going off the matchup as well, to where Bengals have just been like letting that position dominate them.
Yeah.
So I think there is a chance of like a big Mark Andrews catch here, and let's say that happens and the Ravens go up a lot. If the Ravens go up like 2 scores, they're just not going to pass anymore. So that could be a reason to take the yards. I slightly lean yards, but it's really close.
It is because, like Dalton Schultz had 4 catches for 71 yards.
Exactly.
Right. It's just, when you look at Mark Andrews' game log versus the Bengals too, like he had 5 catches for 45 yards earlier this season. So when you look at that, he hit his receptions, would have went under his yards, averaged 9 yards a catch. He's also scored in 3 straight versus the Bengals dating back to 2021. 8 catches on 10 targets, cruising over that number. If he gets 8 receptions, I don't think I have to worry about anything. But this is going to be one that I think about all day and probably wait to decide what it's on. But I'm happy that the vibes are there for him overall in this game.
Right. Let's get them both.
Yeah, let's get them both. What else are you on? Austin, what are you looking at on your plays? I know you haven't decided yet, and you like to go and finalize everything 85 times. What are you leaning on right now?
Right now, I'm leaning the Lamar pass attempts. Like I said, these primetime games have just been absolutely electric for pass attempts. It's been my most profitable prop this year playing these. I've played virtually one every week. I like it a lot. The reason I haven't made it an official yet is I'm still looking at his rush attempts as well, which kind of contradicts each other. I'm trying to figure out the game script more and see what I'm more comfortable with. But I could see him hitting both of these, especially if the game script stays close, which I don't see the Bengals running the ball very effectively. I think they're going to have to pass the ball. So that's great for us. That saves clock. So I would say that's where I'm leaning. I'm also seeing a lot of stuff on Keaton Mitchell today. I kind of like his under, honestly. But I still got to look into that one. What do you guys think on that? Have you seen anything with Keaton?
Yeah, this game's interesting because to me, it just doesn't feel like a game the Ravens can just run out. Hopefully I'm wrong, but it just doesn't feel like the kind of game. And these lines for Lamar, to me, are all kind of priced like it's the type of game that they think they can just run it out. But I don't think that's the case. I think Lamar's going to have to win this game if he wins it, which would mean more pass attempts, more pass yards, more rush attempts, all of that, So on the Keaton Mitchell under, I kind of agree with that just off of the game script, how the game should be more competitive, not just Ravens walking away with it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it, really.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they got Gus Edwards pretty heavily priced. Like they got their running backs up there. All three of those guys aren't going to be able to go over their yards. Like that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It was similar. I played Jaleel McLaughlin last week or on Thursday. I played his under, and it was kind of the same read where P. Ryan, Williams, like all three of those guys can't go over their lines. You know what I mean? Especially with running backs. So the crowded backfields like that, I think you can find really good value taking unders in certain spots. Way more than taking unders because you're kind of betting on three guys when you take the over. You know what I mean? Like, oh, our guy, you know what I mean? So I like taking unders because you have a way higher chance at betting the third running back under than you do at betting the third running back to go over.
I love that.
I agree. And is there anything else that's sticking out to you in this game? Ask any questions, by the way. This is a busy day for a lot of us. I appreciate JVAR coming on. But if you have any other questions in the comments, let us know. And we'll talk about one more thing, I guess. Since JVAR, you're the guest. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I got one more for you, for sure. We're going to go back to the man, Joey Cool. Actually, if you know me, I'm kind of a Burrow hater. So the fact I'm even like really supporting him right now, I'm seeing a lot this year, to be honest. I'm going to go with Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns. On FanDuel specifically, that line is plus money, plus 102 when I last checked. The rest of the market has around minus 115-ish, which to me sounds more accurate. Again, Burrow's coming into this game hot, and I'm expecting a type of statement game from him. I'm sure Mixon could vulture one touchdown, but this is easily a game where the Bengals could score 3 times or more. And if we're getting a type of game, Joey Cool to throw for 2 of them seems very possible. I love getting plus money on it. I think it's a good lock. That was one of the first spots I took today, to be honest. So I'll go with that for sure.
I think so too. I think he's done it. I think I've seen 5 straight games. He's definitely feeling himself a little bit. He did it earlier in the year against the Ravens as well. And I watched the same Bengals team. I had Joe Mixon to get a touchdown in a parlay, I think on the Sunday night game, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. And I watched them. It was 1st and goal at the 2, and they ran 2 passing plays before they even ran it with Mixon on 3rd down. And I was freaking out, bro. I was so angry. I was like, just run it in. But this team, Joe Burrow, he likes to, they're a throwing team. They have a good running back, but they're going to throw the ball. They have Joe Burrow. They have Jamar Chase. They have Tyler Boyd still. They like to throw the football.
And they got to build his confidence, man, because all this noise they're talking about, he got paid all this money and now this or that to start the year. I mean, if you're gonna say he was hurt and he did look hurt, then now he can come out and really show like, hey, I'm that guy. I deserve that money. And I think the Bengals are feeding into that energy for sure.
I agree. We'll do our last segment here before we hop off. First touchdown scorer, you have to make a pick. And the rule is it has to be someone over than plus 1,000. So, there's no doing Christian McCaffrey, whatever the 49ers play. It's got to be over plus 1,000 odds. I'll let Austin go first. I know
I will say, man, I've been so good at picking the scores. However, I haven't got the first touchdown score. Latavius Murray, 2nd scorer last week.
That's tough.
I was
close.
Good odds. But today, man, I don't have a super confident one that I love, but I'm kind of getting weird Zay Flowers vibes at plus 1,100. So that's just, I'm going deep ball, Zay Flowers. That's kind of just the vibes I'm getting.
JVAR, we'll go with you. Who you like as a touchdown scorer?
Okay,
Here comes the tight end.
Hey, man, how'd you read me like that? That's crazy.
Tanner Hudson.
Oh, read me dead to rights. No, you know what? I think it looks a little too juicy for the sample guy, man. I'm going to go for him. It's a super long shot, sprinkle, but it's kind of a legacy call. He seems to get red zone looks, man. And I kind of like going for these long shot tight ends that get red zone looks because one good play falls in their laps and they get it,
What's his odds?
I'm not sure if you can check for me.
I see plus 4,000 for Drew Sample right now.
For the best one?
On DraftKings. Okay. I don't know if that's the best one right now, but
I'm looking.
Just shop those. I'm gonna look right now. Shop the best odds for that. Because
I'm not
usually a first touchdown guy,
but I have a feeling for that. Plus 6,000 on FanDuel.
Yeah, we do this. We do this every week, and I swear, man, between Matt and our guests, someone picks the tight end every single time.
I just pick tight ends because Austin.
I'm like, here comes the damn starting tight end.
Oh,
you know who I'm picking?
Mark Andrews. I'm going to find
I'm
bet
changing my
365
no.
plus 1,000.
I'm going to make Jay Farr very happy because
Let's see.
Tyler Boyd.
What?
Tyler Boyd plus 4. I almost picked him.
It's going to be Tyler Boyd. I think the Bengals come out hot. I think Tyler Boyd, he's still a big target in the red zone. I think Chase is going to get a lot of eyes, and I think Boyd's just going to catch it in the back of the end zone, just right in his chest, easy money, and that's what it's going to be. Tyler Boyd is my first touchdown scorer. But that's it. That's the show. Jay Farr, appreciate you coming on. Make sure to check him out on Twitter if you don't have him already. Guys, like 300 people in here was awesome to see. Best of luck on your bets today. Stay tuned for our pages for all the promos and parlays and plays that we have coming out. Jay Farr, thank you again. You'll be on soon.
Much love, guys, for sure. Yeah, it's always fun hopping on with y'all.
Let's go. Austin, go get your plays out. I know we got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Peace out.
All right.
We'll see you guys
Peace out,
next
Joe.
time.
Catch y'all.